streaming service, all the things from Marvel, from Star Wars, from Pixar, from everyone. I don't think that they expect a consumer. That is not what audiences are asking for, but instead is about what all about Eternals flopping. This is not what you wanted to see as a Disney stockholder. And it's really a surprise that these type of announcements don't get people excited on Disney Plus shows. And of course, I Am Groot. Somehow, that doesn't make the stock recover. Somehow, this stock is still sitting there 10% lower after all these things you've announced today. Hasn't moved at all. Disney Plus Day. See everything announced from Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, and more. Of course, this is what you decided to release from Ms. Marvel. This looks absolutely cringe. Looks like this TV show is going to be an embarrassment. A lot of people talking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi little feature at the little behind-the-scenes spot that was there. They verified that, just like I told you all 10 months ago, in fact, Obi-Wan and Darth Vader will cross blades. It's not going to be something in the past. They are going to have a rematch and completely ruin so much of what we saw from A New Hope. But overall, when you look at this stuff, what is there really to be that excited about? X-Men 97, so they're going to reboot, basically, and do, again, the animated X-Men show. I don't think anybody wants that in current day. Moon Knight. I do like Oscar Isaac a lot. That's about the only thing that has somewhat of my interest. But She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, Agatha, House of Harkness, I don't think so. Ironheart, absolutely not. But these are the types of things that they're telling us you need to be excited about. And we saw this article come out, I think, yesterday, from Cosmic Book News. Marvel failing, Disney Plus slows, stocks drop. And it's because of the Disney Plus numbers. That's why the very thing that they're trying to promote right now, it doesn't look like a lot of people are very interested. Or I shouldn't put it that way. I should say that it looks like the interest has flatlined and stalled out. They're not seeing the growth that they expected they would get with all these things from Star Wars and from Marvel. Regarding the number of Disney Plus subscribers, Deadline reports analysts were expecting 126 million Disney Plus subscribers, but as part of its fourth quarter goal, Disney Plus reached only 18 million global subscribers, and it had a sharp decline in growth during the fiscal fourth quarter. The news has seen Disney stock drop after hours trading by as much as 5%, and of course now, it didn't recover at all. It only dropped further after we had all these announcements on Disney Plus Day. And as Gary shared out, as we saw, a very important excerpt from this is talking about the fourth quarter earnings reports. The company released films like Black Widow, Free Guy, and Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, and delivered solid box office results. However, higher operating and marketing costs led the company's content sales and licensing segment to post an operating loss of $65 million during the quarter. Now, are we ever going to see line by line exactly what they spent on Black Widow, exactly what they spent on Shang-Chi, and what they came with in profit, or should I say loss? Probably not. They want to hide those numbers. They want to protect these movies, right? So they're not going to tell you that. But that does not look good when you're writing home about these great successes when in reality, you actually lost money with all these movies. Not a good look. But with Eternals, maybe Eternals will save it. Eternals, it's so incredible. Eternals, it's so amazing. It did such a solid $71 million opening weekend. You know, worse than the other Marvel releases that you just saw, that at the end of the day, they lost money in that quarter. Look at Eternals. Eternals is tracking to do less than Black Widow. Far less than Black Widow. And it doesn't have this, special that you can buy it on Disney Plus either. The revenue for Eternals is going to be... Let's look at the numbers and compare these first couple days for Black Widow and Eternals. We know that it was $80 million after that first 3 days, including the Thursday night previews for Black Widow. For Eternals, you're looking at only $71 million. And then it continues to fall off a cliff. You're looking at $4 million, $5 million, and $4 million on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What do we have for Black Widow? $7 million, $7 million, $5 million. Oof! Not a good look. Maybe somehow Eternals will drastically have a crazy second weekend. I don't think a lot of people think that will happen, but even if it does, it needs to make about $120 million more than Black Widow to sniff a profit. Eternals is going to flop. Eternals won't make any money. Shang-Chi, they wrote home about Shang-Chi with the hopes that it may have made a few dollars. Looks like maybe that didn't happen either. It is not a good look for Marvel. It is not a good look for Disney. At this low growth, almost no growth in subscribers for Disney. And in fact, your stock has still continued to go down today on the day of all the new announcements coming to Disney that pushes the audience away. I guess all I can sit here and say is, I told you so. We stood in this garbage as we thought. Maybe what we need to do is get back to basics, full of agenda, full of identity politics, full of all these things that aren't. There's first looks, there's teasers for all this stuff. I'm sure people are going to do breakdowns. You're going to see all that stuff. At the end of the day, the way the investors are reacting, just dropped my light, they don't seem too excited about this, do they? They really don't. And I guess you can't blame them. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.